What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review of Power. Now, look. The fact that you getting this review a week late should really go ahead and tell you how I felt about this episode. Okay? But let's go ahead and jump into it. But before I do that, so this is Power Season 6, Episode 9. Before I jump into that, I got a couple of things I need to say. First of all, I want to thank, hold on. I don't want to say nobody name wrong. I don't want to say nobody name wrong. Y'all know how I am with names, honey. Yesterday I had an opportunity to participate in a podcast about Power, recapping Power. And this guy reached out to me on Instagram. He was like, yo, I've been watching your reviews. Why don't you come on my show? And I was like, cool, that sounds like fun. And it's taking us a couple of weeks to kind of coordinate, but we did it last night, and I had a great time. So I want you guys, I'm gonna put the link to the podcast in the description box. I'm gonna figure out how to get that done, but I'm gonna put the link so you guys can listen. You can click on it and you can listen to the link, and go ahead and subscribe to the podcast while you're there. If you like podcasts, I've been going back and listening to some of the other recaps, and they're funny. They're good guys. And then we don't have to deal with it gets real raw, down and dirty. We had a good time. But they are TSF Entertainment. You can follow them on Instagram. And it was at Juggernaut of Souls, at Jack of Jordans, at Retrograde. I guess that's supposed to be Retrograde, RETROCG. They're sneakerheads, if you ain't figured out the common link in that. Y'all know I ain't no sneakerhead, but they sneakerheads. I don't know a Jordan from an Orton, I do, but y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, check them out, you guys. And again, I'll put all the information in the description box, but it was a great time. So I've already sort of discussed this episode, my bad, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So I really have more questions than answers, and the episode was called Scorched Earth, but it really just needed to be called Snitching, because I ain't never seen so many gangsters snitching. I just ain't never seen it before. Call me crazy, Anyway, so we start this episode off. We start off with Tommy. Now, look, I know we missed 2 weeks, but in those 2 weeks, did they not show us the episode where everybody found out Keisha died, and Cash found out, and Ghost found out, and his boys found, because what was funny was some people knew and some people didn't know. Ghost ain't know, because Ghost don't never know nothing. But Tommy is looking at the ring. He got Cash in the car. Cash is asleep. So it's the next day because it's sun outside. So I'm assuming that, I don't know what I'm assuming. I just kept waiting for something that we didn't get with this whole Keisha dying piece. So he's dropping Cash off to his real daddy. And the best thing about this scene was that I got a chance to look at Jesse Williams for about 3-4 good minutes. Because Jesse Williams, that's just a fine piece of man. Okay? Even if he did leave his wife, but that's another conversation for another day. So, he dropping him off to his dad, and he's like, yo, thank you for bringing me my son. Tommy's like, no problem. He said, who did this? He said, I'm not sure, but I think I know. And of course he thinks it's Ghost. Because everything is Ghost's fault. No matter what happens to Tommy, that damn Ghost did it. Whatever. And then he gonna hit him with the, so my man, is Cash gonna see you again? And I can't be mad at Tommy for being honest, saying, I don't know. Tommy was like, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen. So he leaves them there. Next thing you know, Blanca come rolling up on him. And Blanca said, basically, did you kill Keisha? They had that conversation. Tommy's like, I ain't killed Keisha. I was at the mall buying the ring, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I found her body. She was like, yeah, that you didn't call in. So here's my question. If he didn't call the body in, how did y'all find the body? How did you find out she died? And where the hell was Tommy? And why you ain't arresting him? Because there's no way in the world that they live together. She was snitching. She was turning state's evidence against this man. You find her dead body not 24 hours later, and you let him go. At the very least, he's a person of interest. At the very least. And there's something that somebody said on the podcast last night which I forgot all about, or her luggage was packed. So when you walked in the door, yeah, we know that old girl, that Tasha took the paper, but her bags were packed. Where'd you think she was going? Anyway. Next thing you know, we see Dre meeting with Blanca. And she's like, look, you ain't giving me what I need. You know, you were real talkative until we took this ankle bracelet off of you. So you need to give me something. I don't know nothing. What you want me to say? She was like, look, if you don't want your daughter to go back into the system, you're going to have to give me something good. So Dre ends up snitching on where Tommy's warehouse was. Now again, and I think I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again. Why didn't y'all pull the tracking information off the damn tracker? Like, had y'all checked the tracker, y'all would have found Tommy's warehouse on your own. But whatever. So that's snitcher number one. He gonna tell them where Tommy's warehouse is. All right, let's keep count of all the snitching that goes on in this episode, okay? Now, Ghost is setting Jason up. Remember last week, him and Tommy agreed that they were going to go ahead and they were going to eliminate Jason, and then they were going to go back into their own neutral corners and resume warfare. But of course now, Tommy thinks that Ghost killed Keisha, so all bets are off. But Ghost don't know that. So Ghost is setting Jason up. He's got this new building. And again, here's something that's a little murky that we talked about last night that we weren't quite sure. So when they pulled the permits for the Queen's Child project, Ghost is scrambling trying to keep it afloat on a budget, because we know Ghost's budget is a little tight these days after he had to pay all that extortion money and everything else. And for a club that's never open, because I mean, when was the last time we had a ladies' night at Club Truth? I'm just asking. A brunch. A 2-for-1 special. Celebrity birthday bash. Like, when was the last time anybody was at Truth? Because I don't see it. I don't never see it opening and closing. I don't never see no custodians cleaning up. But neither here nor there. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just getting real. This thing got me real sidetracked. But it's neither here nor there. Let's get back to the topic. So, Tommy's supposed to hide the weapon in the elevator. Why Ghost is being so elaborate, I don't understand. Ghost, you have killed many men before. I'm not understanding why this one has to be so complicated. Why you got to make this one a bigger deal than it has to be. Neither here nor there. So, then we see him talking to the lady running for governor and the lady from the DNC. They giving him the proposition that they want that she's gonna leave Tate's campaign. She gonna roll over to the governor, the lady that's running for governor, and they want Ghost to come with them and be the attorney general. I said attorney general. Lord, he ain't never gonna be that. Lieutenant governor. I told y'all that 2 episodes ago. I saw that's the direction that they were going. I wasn't feeling it then. I'm not feeling it now. Ain't no way in hell that works that way. I ain't gonna sit here and say that criminals haven't been elected. We know that it happens. I'm not gonna sit here and say that people with shady past don't get elected. We know that's happening. But in a major city like New York, it's just not that easy. It doesn't happen that quick. It just don't go down like that. So, but neither here nor there. Okay, whatever. He accepts. It is what it is. And of course, Ghost is like, he's grinning like the Cheshire Cat, because he just, oh yes, this is it right here. I've reached the mountaintop. This is what Martin preached about. I've hit the. So now he go down. He's supposed to be having a parent-teacher conference, and he go down to the daycare. Because him and Keisha supposed to be going together, and Keisha hit him with the, I'm too busy. And he has the nerve, the audacity to try to throw at her, oh, you too busy to go check on your son. She was like, excuse me? How many parent-teacher conferences have you missed, sir? How many pageants, sir? How many recitals, Christmas project? What, sir, really? You can go handle this one. Now, the question is, why did they have to have a parent-teacher conference? Tariq ain't been at the school but a week, and he's being a good boy at school. So what is there to talk about? And then you had a meeting with the one teacher that we've met, which is the history teacher, and it seemed like all he was doing was just trying to poke find information out from Ghost that he ain't never gonna get. So I didn't understand the purpose of that whole meeting, but whatever, they had the meeting. But what Ghost did find out from that meeting is that Tasha is using Tariq, the whole, early release study. He gets to get out of school early so he can do work release, whatever they call it. I don't want to say work release. That sounds like a jail, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So she had to sign off on the paperwork. And I'm sitting here like, so of course that pissed Ghost off. Again, I'm just sitting here like, it just don't make no sense. So then we see Dre. Snitching Dre. Dre gonna call Jason. Jason was like, look, you missed your meeting. Like, I don't even know why you got my number. I don't even know why you calling me right now. You get one bite of this apple and that's it. And he was like, well, look, I got on good authority that you're gonna be looking for some new lieutenants. And I'm here for you. And Jason was like, what you talking about? He was like, I'm just saying. I feel like, Tommy's situation is going to change pretty soon. And I'm just giving you first crack at the apple. So Jason thinking his wheels are turning. He like, okay, well, if things go the way you say they about to go down, I'll give you a call. And of course, Dre is like, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I see. Next thing you know, we see Dre talking to his new team, laying down the law, telling them we about to get some work. It's about to happen. It's about to pop off. It's about to pop off. Y'all just be ready. And I run this. Or he's laying down the law. I'm in charge. I run this. I'm the man. So next thing you know, and something else that they brought up last night, y'all. They brought up some good stuff last night. I really want y'all to check that podcast out. Something else they brought up last night. Why the hell was Tasha walking around this whole episode in the same clothes she killed Keisha in? Nobody peeped that, because I didn't the first time. Why is she still wearing that all black ninja outfit that she had on when she killed Tasha? This is the same woman that used to make Ghost burn his clothes in the incinerator when he did dirt, right? Good point, fellas. Good point. I didn't even think of that. But, okay. So Tasha and Ghost get to arguing, right? And of course, Ghost is pissed off because he realized that she's using Tariq to, do what she doing, move her drugs, whatever. He had already called her earlier in the day, working out her business situation with the stripper, and he ain't feeling it. They get to arguing, and Tasha did the one thing that you never do. She threatened to snitch. So we're going to call that snitch 0.5, because she didn't actually snitch, but she threatened to snitch. That is the last thing you do, is threaten to snitch. So Ghost jacked her up. Now, he put his hands on her. He damn near killed her. He was choking her and grabbing her and everything else. And you could see she was shocked. So you could tell that that's the first time that that's ever happened, because she was shocked that he put his hands on her. And she was like, you know what? That's it. Oh, it's a wrap now. And he was like, yeah, it's a wrap. So he threatened her. Y'all, why he mushed her in the forehead with his finger, though? It was funny. But he threatened her with, he was like, I'm gonna get the damn daycare shut down, right? So that's snitch 0.5. So you take those 2.5s, now we on snitch number 2, okay? Goes down to the bar, he drinking, because that's what he do. And he makes the phone call. We see him with a burner phone. He done bought a burner phone. Honey, he done called the police on Keisha. Damn it, not Keisha, she dead. Tasha. And he done put in an anonymous tip that she's selling drugs out the daycare. Snitch number 3. Because that's a full snitch. I said, okay. Okay then. That's how we gonna play it. So then we see. So next thing you know, I'm sorry, y'all. So next thing you know, Tasha down to the daycare. Stripper girl come walking in with the baby. They about to, do business. And here come the police. They got a warrant to search the premises. Now here's what I don't understand. They searched, they didn't find nothing. And I knew it wasn't nothing there because Tasha was too cool. She ain't had nothing on the premises. Okay, cool, Tasha. They didn't have a warrant to confiscate her books. They didn't have a warrant to. But anyway, they didn't find no drugs. But when it was over with, when the police left, stripper girl was like, "Yeah, we out. Your business. You ain't got your business straight. We out." And of course, Tasha was like, "Nah, we good. Like I knew they were coming. We were straight." She was like, "You knew this time." But clearly you on somebody's radar. And me and my girls, we can't play them games. I can't do it. And so she, not only did she leave, she took her baby with her. I said, dang, you can't even come to the daycare no more? Can't even come to the daycare no more? Next thing you know, we down to the warehouse. We got Spanky, we got 2-Bit, and we got the other dude that we ain't seen in about 3-4 months. And they talking about Tommy. Now, Spanky, who normally be defending Tommy, was talking trash about, why we here. Tommy need to get his shit together. Boom, boom, boom. And then 2-Bit, who's normally talking trash about Tommy, was defending Tommy. Interesting flip there. Next thing you know, the police come rolling in, arrest them, take them out. And when they look up, they see Tommy standing across, like behind the fence or whatever, kind of hiding. And they automatically assume that Tommy done snitched them out. Now, why they would automatically jump to those conclusions, I have absolutely no idea. Because what reason would Tommy have to snitch? What reason would Tommy have to bring the police to his own warehouse? I could see if they was chilling somewhere. I could see if this was a couple of weeks ago when he had fired them and he felt like What's-Her-Face put his hands on Keisha and it was out of order. I could see all of that. But none of that happened. They were sitting in his warehouse where his product and stuff is. Why would he have called the police on y'all? Now, it did look suspect. Because the way it looked suspect. But why would he do it? It just didn't make sense to me. But neither here nor there. I'm going to stop saying that. I done said that 20 times this episode. But he done pulled them out. So the next thing you know, we see Jason getting ready for his meeting with Ghost. And Ghost told him not to bring a weapon. They had already talked earlier, and Ghost said, look, it's a secure building. There's a metal detector. You ain't gonna be able to get through the metal detector without a gun. Like, don't bring your gun. And Jason was like, whatever, I'm coming strapped. Like, you don't tell me how to roll. He was like, all right, that's cool, but I'm just telling you ain't gonna get in the building. Like, that's up to you. Like, it's whatever. So he wasn't gonna take his gun, and his boy, the right-hand man, was like, no, take your gun. And he was like, nah, it's cool. It's a secure building. I know nobody's getting through there with a gun. I'm good. And he was like, you're not good. Take the gun. So Jason ends up going to the joint. Ghost wants to show him the penthouse because, of course, he's trying to sell him on laundering and legitimizing his money. He's like, look, if you invest in this building, you help me buy this building, you can run your money through there, you'll clean up some of this money, it'll give you some legitimate capital, boom, boom, boom. Like, that's what he's selling him on. And of course, Jason's still trying to keep him under his pocket, trying to make him the distro. And Ghost is like, look, I told you I'm out. Like, this is how we can make some legitimate money together, but I can't, the rest of it I can't do. They get on the elevator. Ghost leans over to tie his shoe, looks for the gun, and just at that moment, Tommy texts Jason and says, Ghost is going to kill you. They get to fighting in the elevator. They get to going back and forth, tussling, boom, boom, boom. Of course, Ghost realized the gun wasn't there. He realized Tommy double-crossed him. Bada, bada, boom. Next thing you know, Jason trying to strangle Ghost. Ghost ends up flipping it on Jason. He ends up killing Jason. By the time they do this, miraculously, the doors open and they on the roof. So Ghost leaves the body on the roof. He pulls his phone. He sees the text from Tommy. Knows Tommy double-crossed him. And then he proceeds to try to set Dre up by sending a text to Jason's right-hand man, basically saying, Dre double-crossed me. Once again, what reason would Dre have to be there? Why was Dre there? Dre had no reason to double-cross Jason, especially before he got anything from him or got any money out of him. That didn't make any sense. But whatever. He ain't get no drugs. He ain't get no money. Why would he be double-crossing Jason? But okay. Down to the daycare, that dude that I keep telling y'all that be trying to push up on Keisha, why I keep calling that girl Keisha? Tasha. He shows up again, and he is just insistent on helping her, and I could take care of your ex-husband. He ain't this and he ain't that, and he, because he sort of bruises on her arm. He ain't a real man. He putting his hands on you. Blah 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 blah. And again, it's something about him. I think, again, y'all gotta listen to the podcast. We had some theories last night about who this guy was. Y'all gotta go listen to it. But It's something about him. He's connected to ghosts. He's connected to ghosts, and somehow, somewhere, some way. I'm not sure. Ghost calls Tommy, and Tommy tells him, you killed Keisha, and that's why I set you up. And of course, Ghost was like, Keisha's dead? What? Now, Spanky and 2-Bit knew Keisha was dead. Blanco knew Keisha was dead. I don't know how Ghost didn't know that Keisha was dead, but Ghost ain't know. So, next thing we know, Cousin Benny then showed up down to Truth. Ghost offers him a drink like he always does. Benny was like, yeah, I don't want no drink. You lied to me. You told me that this other dude killed my cousin. I did some research. He was out the country. It wasn't him. Ghost was like, look, that's what he told me. He told me that he needed to stay with me for a couple of days because this dude was looking for him. He had to testify. Once the testimony was over, it was good. I only gave you the information I had. He was like, yeah, well, that information was for Gazy. What happened to my cousin? And he was like, I'm not sure, but I think Tommy did it. Benny was like, Tommy would never kill him. He was like, he think that he turned on him. He said, now, I know Proctor would have never turned on me, but you know Tommy, he's a hothead. And it seemed like Benny didn't believe him. Like, it really seemed like Benny wasn't falling for the okie doke. But then next thing you know, Benny went and confronted Tommy. Now, this was the worst scene. This was worse than the Jason scene. This was the worst scene of the whole episode. Benny, they've been selling us that Benny is this cold-hearted thug for the last, almost since the beginning of the show, right? He moves in silence. We saw him 2 episodes ago shut down the mob. So he clearly has connections that are higher than old boy. Like, he shut the whole thing down. He rolls up on Tommy. He pulls out a switchblade. And in less than 2.5 seconds, Tommy done killed this boy. What? What? Now, usually, from my experience, when somebody pulls out, when someone is getting ready to kill you, they usually pull out their weapon of choice. So his weapon of choice was a knife, which means that should have been his stitch, his niche, right? How did Tommy flip it on him and end up stabbing him with his own knife? And I mean, I'm telling y'all, there was the fights. It was 2.5 seconds. So next thing you know, Tommy is talking to Keisha and Tariq, telling them that Ghost gotta die. He was like, look, I'm not here to ask your permission. I'm here to tell you. Ghost killed Keisha. And, you know, Tasha was like, what? Ghost did what? Ghost killed Keisha? So, of course, because at first he was like, you know, I know what happened. And Keisha was like, you do? I mean, Tasha was like, you do? You know what happened? And come to find out, he tells them that Ghost did it and Ghost has to die. And he was like, I am not here asking your permission. I'm here telling you what's going to happen. And it is what it is. And Tariq was like, I mean, you know, if he gotta die, he gotta die. And, you know, Tasha tried to halfway, you know, play like she cared. But then in the end, she was like, I mean, you know, if that's what has to happen. And I'm like, y'all dirty. So Tariq peeps his mama. So when Tommy leaves, Tariq was like, you killed Keisha, didn't you? And she was like, look, Tariq, I don't want to lie to you. I mean, she was getting ready to snitch. She was getting ready to tell on us. So, I mean, I did what I had to do. Tariq was like, you did it without telling me? Like, you didn't tell me? Like, we were supposed to tell me these things. I'm like, Tariq, nobody owe you nothing. Nobody got to tell you shit. Then he sees her arms, because, of course, everybody sees these bruises on Keisha's arms. She got a long sleeve jacket the whole episode, but everybody see them bruises. Whatever. He surmises that it was Ghost that did it. And then he's mad because he's like, I'm supposed to be protecting you from him. That's my job, to protect you. Make sure he don't hurt you. And they have a moment. It's a stupid moment, but it's a moment nonetheless. Next thing you know. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go on and finish up tape. So Tate think he really doing something. I'm sorry, I done missed all this. Tate really thinks he's doing something, y'all. He done told old girl that he's severing ties with St. Patrick, that it's best they go their separate ways, that St. Patrick is not the man that everybody thinks he is, and he's just not the person that they need to be doing business with. And she plays it cool at first, but then later on in the episode, once she got everything tied up, you know, like in a nice, neat little bun, before that, Tate ends up confronting Ghost and lets Ghost know, look, you are no longer a part of my campaign. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. You and your drug dealer ways. I know who you really are. Boom, boom, boom. And Ghost was like, look, if I'm really the man that you are accusing me of being, wouldn't you already be dead? Like, wouldn't I've already dealt with you? And he plays it cool, but by the end of the conversation, he lets him know, yeah, I am who you think I am. But just so you know, I don't do what I used to do, but I can if I want to. And so then, you know, Ghost was like, it's cool because I already figured out what my next move is. And he was like, well, what's your next move? He was like, just watch the news tomorrow. You'll find out. So then we get to the scene where old girl goes to let Tate know that she quitting, that she's going over to the opposition, and basically that St. Patrick is coming with her, and he gonna be the new lieutenant governor. Baby, ooh, he was hot. Ooh, he was so hot. He was so hot. You could have bought Lorenz Tate for 5 cents at that moment. Oh, he was hot. So while all this is going on, they done set Dre up. I think Ghost sent Dre a text telling Dre to meet him at the building. So Dre shows up, goes up to the penthouse. He gets to the roof. Why he went to the roof, I don't know. But he went to the roof. Next thing you know, he gets to the roof, and guess what? He finds Jason's body. Just at that moment, because Ghost had told the security guard, as soon as he shows up, call the police. Like, and you never saw me, I was never here, and of course he paid him off. Next thing you know, as soon as Dre finds the body, we start hearing sirens, and here go top flight security hitting him with the flashlight, talking about some, hey, you, what you doing? Dre runs off, but leaves Jason's body is laying there, so of course security puts 2 and 2 together and assumes that it was Dre that killed Jason. Jason's body been sitting there for 2 hours. The time of death ain't gonna line up to when Dre showed up, but whatever. That's for them detectives to figure out. So, while all this is going on, hold on, let me get it right, because we almost at the end, y'all. We almost at the end. While Dre was doing this and getting set up, hold on, y'all. I lost my train of thought. All right, this thing is running long. We almost done. So I had to refresh my memory. So while this is going on, Blanca rolls up on your boy Sax. I'm not going to tell you that Sax was at a strip club with his hands in his pants, but we're going to let that go. She basically tells Sax, look, I don't like what you did, but the more and more I'm dealing with these people, the more and more I understand why you did what you did. And I really need to, like, I got to get these people. I need your help. And he's like, all right, cool. Well, you know, let me do it. Let me figure it out. Let me help you out. They end up rolling up on Tasha. Now, again, we on the snitch number 4 now. Now, Tasha, they basically say, look, she threatens Tariq. Right? And y'all know that, you know, she'll let Ghost go, but Tariq, no, ma'am, no, sir. So she threatens Tariq, and Tasha says, well, Ghost didn't kill, because they're trying to just put anything on Ghost. So now they want it to be that Ghost killed Keisha. She was like, well, Ghost didn't kill Keisha. Well, he didn't kill Keisha, but I'm gonna tell you who he did kill. I said, what? To what? So you're not gonna let him? You might as well let him take the rap for the murder you did, dummy. If they think he killed Keisha, let them think he killed Keisha. You did it. She gonna say, but I think he killed Terry Silver. What nobody even thinking about Terry? Then she gonna say, I don't know where the body is, but if I did know where the body was, maybe I would search at LaGuardia Airport, parking lot D, level 3, lot 1452, a black Infinity. I said, what? I thought she'd been looking for Terry Silver for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes. Now all of a sudden she know exactly where the body is? What is wrong with these people? I'm so confused. I don't really understand. Confused, people. I'm confused. So, of course, they go exactly where Tasha told them to go, and they find his body. Saxe is with them, who is no longer working for any federal agency, but he's at this crime scene. He done managed to steal Terry Silver's cell phone from the car. So later on that night, Dre rolls up on Saxe like, look, man, they done set me up. They think I done killed Jason, but I didn't kill Jason. You got to help me out. And Saxe is like, I can't. Now, mind you, Saxe don't tell him he don't work there no more. He was just like, well, there ain't really nothing I can do about it. So then he says, well, you know what you can do? Let me give you this phone. If you can plant this phone on St. Patrick, then we'll find it when we get a warrant. And that'll tie him to the murder. And then he'll be going to jail and you'll have nothing to worry about. So instead of Dre going back to Truth, where he has access to the office, the safe, and everything else, he goes to his hotel room, breaks into his hotel room, and plants the evidence there. What? Meanwhile, down to Truth, Tariq shows up to confront his father. They have another one of those, ghost, you ain't shit. Son, you can't talk to me like that. I'm not your son. Yes, you are. You might be the one that gave birth to me, but you not my daddy. You never been a father to me. Why do you hate me so much, son? Because you ain't shit, daddy. Well, look, here go your key back, because I ain't never coming to your house again. And if you ever touch my mama again, I'm going to kill you myself. And I'm thinking, Tariq, you ain't really got that kind of heart, because when you had to pull the trigger, you hesitated. But okay, maybe you learned something in the last 3 months being that choke. But pretty much that's where that scene ended. Now, me personally, I keep telling y'all that I think the ultimate showdown is going to be that Tariq is going to end up killing his father. It's going to be very Shakespearean. And that's how it's going to end. That's my 2 cents. Y'all got to go listen to the podcast to hear the other theories on what's going to happen. And they also have a lot of information because they actually have started looking at information for the sequel, and have some other information about that. So y'all go finish this and then go on over to the podcast. Remember, the link is going to be in the description box, so y'all can just click the link and go straight over there. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in them comments. I'll see y'all on Sunday. I'm going to get it out Sunday. Y'all know I was out of town last weekend, and then my week just went by, so I'm back. Y'all will get y'all power review Sunday. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.